Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Ansett here. So we're back with a brand new video. I'm going to show you guys how to create a Discord invite tracker for your server. So whenever someone joins, it's going to tell you the user that joined, the invite link that they used, and who created that invite link. So it's kind of a good way to keep track of how many uses someone's invite link used. So you can kind of use that as like a point system or kind of leaderboard system. So what we're going to do is we're first going to go ahead and make sure we have a simple project set up. I have a bot.js file. I am using .env for environment variables. If you're not using environment variables, or if you're using a JSON file to store your token, just make sure you import that JSON file and reference the token so that you pass the correct value into client.login. Okay, and I have 3 events being registered, but we're only going to worry about the ready event for now. So this ready event is fired when the bot first logs in. And what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through every single guild that the bot is in, and we're going to fetch the invite link. Okay, and the way to do that, we're going to do client.guilds, and we're going to do .cache, and we're going to do for each. So we're going to iterate through every single guild. And the reason why we want to do this is because we want to fetch every single invites for every single guild when the bot first logs in. Okay, so we use the .fetch invites method, which returns a promise, and we're going to handle it using .then. And this right over here, from here, we're going to go ahead and create a map. I'm going to call this cached invites, or I'm going to call it guild invites. Sorry, guild invites equals new map. So this is a map data structure, and it pretty much we're going to use it to set the guild ID mapping to the invite that it corresponds to. So I'm going to go ahead and do guild invites dot set guild.id. So this guild ID is the ID of the guild. Right, because we're looping through every single guild using the for each function on client.guilds.cache. Right, remember the cache itself is a collection of all the guilds. Okay, and inside this callback function over here, the parameter is a guild object. So we can reference the ID by just doing guild.id. We're going to set the guild ID to map to the invite. So I should really call this invites because it's a collection of invites, which is also a collection basically, or a map. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're just going to catch any errors that happened, and we're going to go ahead and just say console.log error. Okay, so we're done in the ready event. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and handle the guild member add event. So over here, what we want to do is we want to first get the correct invites that the member joined in. So for example, if I join in to my test server, right, what I need to do is I need to reference the map that I created. This is basically a cache that's going to hold all of the current invites. We're going to have to get the cached invites first. So we're going to go ahead and do const cached invites equals. So we're going to reference that guild invites map. And we're going to do gets. And remember, since with the ID that we're using is guild ID to map to the invites, in order to get the cached invites, we're going to do .get member.guild.id. Okay, because the member object itself is the member that joined the guild. We can get the guild that the member joined by referencing the guild property. And likewise, up here, we can get the ID by referencing the ID. So this is going to get us the cached invites. The invites that we fetched up here, we're getting it down here. The reason why we're doing this is because we're going to have to fetch the invites again. So we're going to go ahead and do const new invites. And we're going to use await, since we're inside an asynchronous function. We're going to do member.guild.fetch invites. So this is going to fetch the new invites for the guild. And basically what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and actually update the cache. So we're going to go ahead and do guild invites.set member.guild.id. We're going to go ahead and pass in for the value new invites. Okay, so we're done updating the cache. So this way, every single time the user joins, right? Basically, the reason why we're fetching the invite again is because the uses property that's part of the invite object. So I'll actually show you in the documentation. If you look at the invite object itself, it has a property called uses right over here. Okay, this property is always going to change whenever a new member joins a server. And it makes sense too, because if you actually look at Discord, and if you look at your invite links, it has this uses property, and it tells you the amount of uses that it has that someone used. Okay, so that property is always going to be updated. So we need to make sure we are fetching the most recent invites. Okay, unfortunately, there's no way you can just fetch one invite. You have to do all of them. Okay, now with this new updated with this new updated cache, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and figure out which invite was actually used. Okay, so far we haven't determined it yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to go and say const used invite. We're going to reference the new invites. Okay, this itself is a collection of all the invites mapped by the invite code. And we're going to call the find function. And this takes in a callback function, processing every single element inside the new invites collection. So inv itself is the invite from the new invites collection. Okay, so there's going to be some invite where the uses property is going to be greater than the cached one, or I'm sorry, the cached one is going to be less than the new one, which is pretty much the way I just did the same thing, just the other way around. So what we're going to do is we're going to reference this cached invites variable, which is again a collection. We're going to call .get. Remember, the invite collection is mapped by the invite code, so we're going to pass in inv.code, right? That's the current invite link .code, and we're going to check to see if it's less than the new invite link .uses. So I forgot to do .uses back here. Okay, cool. So now use invite is going to be the one that we actually used. So if I go ahead and do console.log used invite.code was used, and if I go ahead and leave the server, and if I join back in with is that invalid one? Let me actually open one up. I have freaking disable that. Okay, so we're gonna use let's use gjxgmen. So we left the server. Our bot is online. Good. I'm gonna join, and you're gonna see they're in the role menu channel, and it's gonna say gjxgmen was used. Great. Okay, so now there's a couple things we have to do. We're not done yet. We're gonna make it send the embed message. But there's a couple things that we have to account for first. Okay, so let's say, for example, I have not restarted, or actually my bot's about to restart. So let's just wait for my bot to restart first. Okay, so my bot restarted. So obviously, if I do the same thing again, if I leave the server and if I join again, it's going to go ahead and, well, it's not going to say what it's going to say before because we delete the console log. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new invite. So let's just go ahead and create an invite for here. Okay, so this should be a new invite. I don't think there are any ones existing for here. Yep, yep, just created. Great. So now watch this. I just created a new invite, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the server, and I'm going to join the server again. Now it's going to go ahead and crash the bot. Well, it's not going to crash it, but it's going to throw an unhandled promise rejection warning, and it's saying cannot read proper uses of undefined. The reason why this is happening is because basically we fetched all of the invites in the beginning when the bot joined, when the bot logged in, right? And so we're referencing this cached invites. We're basically getting all the cached invites and storing inside this variable over here. Okay, down here on line 18, we are fetching the new invites. So inside new invites, this collection is going to have all of the invites that were created after the bot initially logged in and fetched all the invites. Okay, so these two collections are going to may be different sizes. Okay, again, if you create a new invite, cached invites is going to have an invite less than new invites, if that makes sense. The size is going to be different. Okay, now over here on line 20, what's going on here is we're referencing new invites, right? Okay, inv itself, we're trying to reference cached invites. We're trying to get an invite that is not in the cached invites. Okay, because remember, we logged the bot in, we fetched all the invites, so the cache itself is not going to have any invite that we create after the bot logs in. So over here, cached invites.get inv.code, this is going to return undefined. That's why the .uses property, it's giving us a warning over here because this is returning undefined. Okay, so to fix this, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the invite create event. Okay, now this event, it's important that you note this down. This event will only be emitted if the channel that you created the invite for has permissions for the bot for managing the channel. So let me actually show you. So the bot must have the manage channel permission. Okay, right over here. manage channel. If it does not have this permission, then that event will not work. The reason why we're going to listen to this event is because we're going to basically update the cache inside this event. So whenever we create a new event, this event is going to be emitted, okay, as long as the channel that we created the invite for has the correct permissions for the bot. Okay, so the bot must have either the, what was it called again? It must have the manage guild permission or manage channel. Now remember, I'm pretty sure the guild channel permissions always override the role permissions. So you need to make sure that you do not disable manage channel permissions for your bot. Okay, so be very careful with your permissions. Anyways, so basically inside this invite create, we're gonna go ahead and just fetch the invites again. So this could just be a one-liner. So we're gonna go ahead and do guild invites dot set invites. So the invite object itself has the guild property. We're going to get the ID as the key, and we're going to go ahead and do await. We can do that since we're inside an asynchronous function. Await invite.guild.fetch invites. And there we go, that's it. So I'll actually just move this up here. Okay. So now, if I actually save this bot again, okay, and so right now the bot fetched all the invites. Okay, I'm going to show you the same example again, but this time it's going to, work. It's going to actually, not throw an error. So it's the same example, but it's not going to throw an error. Okay, so we just created a new ticket. I'm sorry, we created a new an invite link. Now it doesn't say anything over there, but if I actually just leave the server right now, and if I join again, we don't have any error, right? Because this invite link over here, this invite create event pretty much updates the cache for us. Okay, so now when we join the server again, inside cache invites, when we call .get and we pass in the invite code, remember this inv parameter is the invite in the new invites collection, the one that we just fetched when we first joined the server. Okay, so this code, this invite is actually going to exist, so that's why it's not going to throw us an error. But now, let's say for example, if I create, let's say for example, this mod mail channel over here, right? Let me get rid of the permissions for the bots, or oh, I actually turned it off, which is good. Okay, actually, wait a minute, did I? Oh, hold on, let me add the category. What happened to my permissions? Anyways, so let's say for example, if I create an invite. Okay, there we go. It was role menu. Okay, there we go. So let's say, for example, right, role menu itself has permissions for bot. I'm going to go ahead and remove this, okay? And let's just create an invite, okay? And we're going to go ahead and leave the server. And we're going to go ahead and join. And you're going to see, oh. Well, that's weird. Did I actually, hold on, wait a minute. There might, I think I may have already had an invite link for role menu, I think. Yeah, I think it was the same one that I had earlier, right? No, it was not. And let me just double check this. I want to make sure I get this right. Role menu. I have two role menus, but this was the one that just, actually this one already exists already. Okay, let me actually just delete all of these, and let's go ahead and create a new invite. Okay, so we create a new invite. Okay, so this should not update the cache. There we go. Okay, so basically what this is showing over here is that because this channel itself does not have permissions for the bot, notice how the my v12 Discord, my Discord bot itself is not being shown over here because it can't see this channel, right? Now, not only does it need to see the channel, you need to make sure that it actually has the manage channel permission. Okay, so if I actually add permissions for the bot now, and if I give it manage channel, okay, and I'm not going to sync anything, but if I actually, I'm going to restart the bot, and I'm going to go ahead and do everything all over again. So I'm going to delete the invite link. Okay, and we're going to create a new one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create that, and we're going to go ahead and join the server. Okay, and you're going to see that it does not give us an error, but you're going to see it's going to invite us to, this channel where we can actually send messages because we don't have permission. Okay, so now this itself, there's really honestly nothing you can really do about this, because obviously you shouldn't, create invite links to private channels, because that just doesn't really make much sense. So what you should do is, well, there's really not much you could do. The only thing that we could do is use try catch to handle the error. Okay, so we're going to do try catch. Okay, and all we're just going to do is we're just going to leave it alone. So if they did invite, someone to a channel that is private, then we're not going to worry so much about it. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say const use invite. So over here, we're going to create the embed message. So we're going to go ahead and do message embed. So in version 12, it's message embed and not rich embed. So we're going to do const embed equals new message embed. And I'm going to go ahead and just, instead of putting a semicolon here and doing embed dot set, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like this. So we're going to just call set. We're going to do set title. We're going to go ahead and do member.user.tag. So this is going to get us the username with the discriminator. Joined. Or actually, I don't really like titles. We're going to do set description instead. Set description, member.user.tag.joined is the, what we're going to do is the, so if you want to get the total number of members that are in the guild, so this member.guild.member count is going to correspond with the member.join is the to join. Okay. And obviously it's not going to have the correct suffix like, second, third, fourth, but I'll let you guys figure that out yourself. So this is to join, and we're going to go ahead and say joined using, and we're going to reference used invite.user. Wait, it's used invite.inviter.tag. So inviter itself is a user object. Join using use invite tag. And then we're going to go ahead and do another new line. Actually, I'll do a new line here. So I'll get rid of this, get rid of that. Looks a bit ugly, but I'll fix it later. And then number of uses. And we'll do use invite.uses. Okay. So that's it for the description. Obviously, this looks so freaking ugly. Yeah, I'm gonna just fix this up real quick because I don't like that. Okay, that should be good enough. Obviously, yeah, it's pretty bad, but don't worry about it. So we're gonna do dot sets. We can also do a timestamp too, to indicate when the user actually joined. But I'm gonna use set timestamp for that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do set thumbnail. So this itself needs to be the URL of the user. So we're just gonna do, if you want to get the thumbnail, it'll do member.user, and you want to do display avatar URL. So if they don't have a avatar, it'll just do the default one. If they do, it'll display the actual one. And then I want to actually link the actual invite link. So I think what I'll do is I'll do set title, and I'll just do used invite.url. And for those wondering, these are called, these little symbols, they're not quotes, they're actually called backticks, and I'm using string interpolation. So that way I can actually, expand the variable out. So it actually logs the actual value. So I'm going to put a semicolon, and I'm just going to go ahead and do, so now we actually need a welcome channel. So make sure you create a welcome channel. You can just call it whatever you want. I called mine welcome. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and find a channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do const welcome channel equals member.guild.channels.cache.find, and I'm going to find it by name. So we're going to do channel. This is a predicate function. We're going to check to see if the channel.name to our lowercase is equal to let's see, welcome. Okay, now this is assuming that the channel itself is a text channel and not a category channel, because remember, if you have a category channel that is also named welcome, and if you have another text channel that is also named welcome as well, it's going to find the first channel, which again, it could either be a text channel or a guild, or it could be a voice channel, it could be It could be anything. That's why it's better to use IDs. Okay. But I'm gonna actually just modify this so that we're making sure. Whoops. That it's the channel's name is welcome. And if you want to check to see the channel type, you do channel.type equals, and we're gonna do text for text channel. And if that's true, so if it actually returns an actual text channel with the name welcome, we're gonna do if welcome channel. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do welcome channel.send, send the embed message. We're gonna catch our errors because our bot might not have any errors to send embed messages, so that at least will log stuff to the console. Okay, and let's go ahead and try this out. So we're gonna go ahead and invite ourselves to the welcome channel. So let's just do that. So we create a new welcome invite. Now remember, this one was not fetched when we first created the channel. So the create invite event has to have been emitted because the bot has permission to manage it. Or it has the for my welcome channel doesn't have permission, right? So since our bot has the manage guild permission, then it'll also emit the guild invite events. So if I go ahead and leave the server, and if I join the server, if I join the server, you're gonna see not a well-formed URL. I think that may have been the let's see, where it doesn't say, oh, thumbnail. It might be member.user. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna just ignore that for now. Let's not worry about that. Okay, let's try this again. Missing access. Okay, so our bot doesn't have access to send. Our bot doesn't have access to send, I guess, embed messages. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do bots. It might actually, yeah, it might not actually have permissions in general. So let's do read messages. Let's just give it all of these permissions for now. Okay, so this should work. Promise you. Let's just restart the bot again. Okay, leave the server. Let's join it again. Oh, why is it not sending? What are you talking about, missing access? So this is why you gotta make sure your bot has permission, but I don't understand why it doesn't, like, literally. Oh, wait, I forgot to enable embed. Okay, listen. You have to, I think it's embed links that you need to enable. Okay, there we go. And now it should work. Okay, so we're gonna use an already existing invite link that's already been fetched. What is it again? Dude, are you serious? Come on. Like, there's no way it has errors. Come on. You've got to be kidding me. It literally has... What else is in need? I'm not adding any reactions. Okay, it might be this, honestly. Man, I really hate this. Okay, I'm pretty sure it has all the necessary permissions, and it even has the role itself, so that should not be a problem. So... Alright, let's try this again. Oh, you know what it might be? Do I have another channel that's named Welcome? I don't. Yeah, I don't. And this is a post request. It's trying to create a message, okay? I don't see how I'm missing permissions. Because this was working earlier when I tried it. And all of a sudden it's not. Doesn't really make much sense. Okay, we cached everything. Okay, so we're inside here. Okay, so it's saying hello, but it's then throwing that error. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't have any other channel named Welcome. The only thing that I can think of, it's probably finding a different channel named Welcome. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and just actually compare by ID instead. I mean, I tried it with the name earlier and it worked, so I don't know why it would give me an issue with this all of a sudden. Okay, so there we go. But it didn't send. It didn't do anything though. Okay, hello, welcome channel, let's send. Embed, okay. Hello. Oh, there we go, lagged, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't have any other channel here named welcome, do I? I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't, so weird. I don't know what the issue could have been. Okay, so anyways, okay, wow, that wasted like about 2-3 minutes. But yeah, we have the invite. Obviously this looks really ugly, but you know, you guys get the idea. Okay, if I leave the guild and if I join again, it should send another message. Okay, don't know why it's taking so long to send the message, but it should be sending anytime soon. Anytime now. Hello. Okay, I'm seeing that, but wait, what the? Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. Wait, what? Hold on. I think I have a permission disabled. That is so weird, dude. This is so weird. Edit channel permissions. Everyone should be able to read. Yeah, read and then read message history. Okay. So why can this guy not see the channel? This is the same channel, so if I refresh, what's gonna happen? Okay, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but yeah, that's some weird stuff going on. But okay, the permission thing was really weird, but we fixed it by passing in an ID. If you guys know why I was still getting that permissions error, feel free to let me know down below. But yeah, you guys pretty much get the idea. If I restart my bot, and if I go ahead, if I want to create, let me just go ahead and let me make sure. Okay, let's say if I wanted to create a invite for I want to create an invite for. Okay, let's create an invite for here because we don't have. I don't think we have one right now for this one. Okay, there we go. Start. Okay, there we go. Now if I leave the server, okay, this should not give me any issues whatsoever. Okay, now it shows. Okay, no, that doesn't show, but up here. Okay, there we go. So we used this invite link and it showed the number of uses. There we go. And it says I'm the 13th member to join, which is, yep, correct, 13. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So hopefully this tutorial made sense. I really try my best to make sure I explain everything. And yeah, so all the code will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste it, and it should work without any issues. If there are any issues, just let me know. Try to be as descriptive as possible, but I made sure I handled all of the potential ones with the ones that I went over. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.